February 5th, 2010. Try to catch up with the stock market a little bit. I noticed Thursday down over 200 points. And then crashed below 10,000 a day, and then ended up at 10,003 on the Dow Jones. Anyway, you tend to think about what's in front of you, but I'm going to try to think about the whole worldwide situation, because I know I have subscribers, frankly, all over the world. And I appreciate all you subscribers from all over the world. And let me go around a little bit. I noticed something on CNN a couple days where it had the debt and per capita debt per nations. You folks over in Europe, you notice problems with Greece and Portugal. Even France has a pretty high external debt. But the big picture on all this, I mean, sometimes I think I go back 100 years, 200 years, 300 years, but currently in this century, this new millennium, the debt situation continues to explode, which of course has been facilitated by central banks. And so the overall economic predictions I've made, which is about a worldwide collapse, they're still intact. And when people, the central banks will inject trillions of dollars and the stock market goes up for 8 or 9 months, people get hope, think that it's going to be fixed. But it's not, because if you really understand the huge, massive picture, which includes spiritual and esoteric things, you see that it is a worldwide collapse. So the United States unemployment still remains grim, and the stimulus packages aren't fixing things. What the stimulus packages have done actually is not only not fix things, but exacerbated the situation by there being more debt in the whole system. And people look to China for leadership right now. China, I notice, is the largest auto market in the world. But China also has a central bank, which has been providing stimulus. And China's going to also go into a depression. Then we'll have a whole worldwide depression. There'll be desperation, and then we'll be presented with a worldwide solution, which is in the making. So these things are 100% visible to me, but people really don't believe it. There's people in Davos, Switzerland, talking about what's going on with the economy, but people generally won't believe this unless they look at the whole spiritual side and the side of the history of mankind. It doesn't really come together and become crystal clear unless you've studied history going back thousands of years and you are cognizant of spiritual forces and, in the end, the battle of freedom versus force. And that's what we are. We're in a very intense time of the battle of freedom versus force. So we'll see this fooling around, and it kind of doesn't matter whether the Dow goes back to 12,000 or 13,000 or whatever. Those are just like little clues about what's going on. We'll have a worldwide economic collapse, which again, to those that know about freedom, believe in freedom, it seems asinine. And actually, in the end, it is asinine. Because as long as snow is falling on the mountains and there's rain and water, really, local economies should be able to prosper and move ahead. What'll drive us into ultimate collapse, just to talk about reality, is when there is nuclear war between many countries, and that inevitably will happen. And then you probably wouldn't even be able to watch these videos unless you're on a solar powered thing, and we'll have local economies, and I actually believe there'll be local economies that will prosper in the Rocky Mountains, but national economies will become shambles, and it seems grim to talk about, and sometimes I don't even like to think about it. That's why I like to do other things, participate in the local ephemeral economy that we're in. But this economy will change, and we will have a whole new situation where there won't be paper currencies in the prospering economies. I know it's kind of big picture stuff, but it's kind of a glum day here in Utah, and it's just not surprising the market's going down, gold's going back down. We have a worldwide deflationary problem. Inflation And, it's kind of sad that people are so scared they're running the U.S. dollar and buying U.S. bonds and treasury notes and things like that because they feel that that's a place of safety. Well, temporarily right now it is safety, but where do they put their money? Gold's going down. Real estate will continue to collapse. People are having judgments after their foreclosure. Banks are coming, attorneys for banks are coming after people after their foreclosure and even after their bankruptcy. So these things are going to continue to go through the system. That's why this system is destined to fail. And I've been encouraging people to make your own small economic system, which means this spring will be the time for sure to try gardens. Everybody try at least zucchini squash. That's easy to grow. Watermelons, a lot of other stuff's hard to grow, but zucchini is easy to grow. I think everybody should try zucchini. I don't care if you're in Park Avenue or Nebraska or Florida or wherever. Try some zucchini. This year I think is kind of do or die to figure out your gardening skills and hone them really well. So people here in Utah, and hopefully I'll be able to travel a little bit with my new business while transportation is still intact. That's another subject right there. But, let's visit each other's gardens. Let's share produce. Let's create our own microeconomies. Actually, that makes me kind of happy thinking about that. Microeconomies. Anyway, rock on, everybody. Spring's coming. Get ready to plant. Get ready. Get your seedlings ready. Get ready. Let's have fantastic gardens for 2010. Ciao.